Hey, thanks for taking me out to dinner, Ryan, but I gotta say this food looks a little weird.
Oh, Peter, Moroccan food is the jizz.
I don't know. Looks like it might give me the kind of farts I get from eating Mexican food.
¡Con cuidado! ¡Es el stingo!
I think I gotta go to the bathroom.
What a jump! Why would Princess Grace live in a place like this?
Dad, that's Monaco. I can do that, but I don't want to.
Hey, so it's my first full day in Marrakech. This will be my last destination in this Morocco trip. I'm trying to be massively positive about Marrakech. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and so far so good. I had a night last night. I was a little bit tired from the traveling, and the waiting around for the train at Casablanca took a long time. It was massively delayed, and but Marrakech, beautiful weather. Look at the sun, or sunshine. Look at the blue skies. I mean. Really, really nice, and I'm looking forward to exploring. Now, basically, trying to go find a few sites. We're going to blitz the place. It's unbelievable what the food has done to me. I'm wrecked in terms of energy levels. I'm still wrecked. I'm hoping I'll be okay for Christmas, but who knows. word of advice, do not look for a second like you look like you're looking for somewhere or you're slightly lost, because as soon as you do, people are, I know I can find for you, but these guys are just, they will take you down alleyways and they will demand money every single time. I thought I'd give it another go in Marrakech just to see, just to put the faith in the Moroccan people one more time. They let me down again. No potential mugging, but I said, look, I don't need any help. He goes, no, it's no problem. I take you round corner. I said, I don't need any help. He continued to follow me around the corner. He goes, no, look, there's the garden, this place. I was like, okay, I was going there anyway, thank you. I appreciate. And then he goes, no, you give me money. I'm like, no. And he's like, fuck you. This is the charm of it all.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Fuck, shit, cock, ass, titties, butter, bitch, muff, pussy, cock, butthole, Barbara Streisand.
My God, this country. Just in the last video, I had to stop suddenly. Simple reason, suddenly I was being shouted at by police officers. Some police officers came over and basically demanded to look at my phone. Although in my country that's against the law, you can't just go through someone's phone, and demanding that I delete any photos of this palace. Charming people.
In any war, there are calms between storms.
You fought bravely.
There will be days when we lose faith, days when our allies turn against us. But the day will never come that we forsake this planet and its people.
Yeah, what is this thing?
It is a monkey's paw dating back to Alal bin Abdallah. It has the power to grant wishes to its owner.
Oh, yeah? How much?
Sir, I must strongly advise you do not purchase this. Behind every wish lurks grave misfortune. I myself was once president of Algeria.
Come on, pal, I don't want to hear your life story. Paw me!
Ooh, Homer, where did you get that ugly thing?
Oh, you at that little shop right over there. On your way, it was over there.
You'll be sorry.
One of the biggest problems in Morocco is the exploitation of animals. As you can see right here, a monkey been torn from its mother, kept in chains, and now is being exploited. Ignorant tourists will pay money to have the photo taken, and I blame the tourists for this. The tourists are fucking morons. If you have your photo taken with a monkey, you're an idiot. Also, another thing of exploitation is the the snakes. You'll see in the square, I can't really take photos because they're going to start demanding money, but I'm going to try and stand here and have them behind me. Over here, where are they? Over here you got some snake charmers. Sadly, for a cobra to be that sort of docile, the cobra is on drugs. So the cobra is being drugged every single day. The cobra will have a very short life expectancy, and this is what happens. And but I'm okay. I don't need my I don't need my photo taken. Yeah. But I'm good. How are you doing? Okay. It's kind of annoying.
Thank you.
It's annoying.
Leave me alone!
Ren, you're angry?
You turned tootin'! I'm angry! I have never been this angry in my entire life!
Same problem here. It's pretty much the case all over Morocco. If you're a Westerner, you cannot go in the mosques. I just saw some international, I presume they're from Malaysia or maybe China, try to go into the mosque. They had the headscarves on. They just followed another lady in and they were stopped automatically. It's almost like they knew they weren't Muslim. This is the problem I find. I think, you know, if it's going to be a religion, you should be open to all. That's not the case. Very secretive. Scientology is a little bit like that.
These are the times now, people. Okay? These are the times we will all remember. Were you there? What did you do? I think you know that I am there for you. And I do care so very, very, very much.
When you're sick and tired of people harassing you for money or to be shown someplace, there's a lot of parks in Marrakech, a little bit like this, which are very beautiful and perfect place to relax. And today is an amazingly beautiful day. We're in the sort of mid-20s, I think, and it's December. We're less than a week from Christmas, and it's very, very hot. I can't say the rest of Morocco has been like that. The rest of Morocco has been very cold. At night time, Marrakech gets very cold, of course, because it's surrounded by desert. But during the day, it's amazing. These are my favorite things I've seen in Morocco. Check this out. Very tall palm trees. These two on the left are fake, but they're beautifully disguised. Mobile phone transmitters at the top. Some of them I've seen security cameras. Actually, you can see, no, there's no security cameras on these ones, but they've all got little doors in the middle of, inside them, and I imagine you can climb up. There's a ladder in the middle of these things, but without sort of looking at them closely, they do look like palm trees, and they blend in very nicely. Yep, this is pleasing to see. It looks like Morocco have got their sort of version of the Boris bikes, seen in London, New York City, Paris. Now Morocco has it. Theirs is a little bit more futuristic than ours. They've got this digital panel on the front. A nice plastic basket. It's the bikes are about the same. The bikes are about the same in weight, but this is pleasing to see. Less pleasing about the bikes. I just tried to use them. It's extremely complicated, but one journey is going to cost you €5. Each journey over the course of the day will cost you €5, and there's only about 6 docking stations as far as I can work out. The average taxi will cost you about €1, so you can take 5 taxi journeys for the price of 1 bike. As much as I'd like to be environmentally friendly, that's a rip-off.
Shukran. Smells so good.
Ladies.
Forbidden experience coming at you.
Ladies. Ladies.
Nope.
Ladies.
No.
You're not in the picture, go away.
Snake skins are on sale in the leather stores, as are other wild animal skins, though who knows what this is. It's printed to look like a spotted cat and made into a handbag. Some of the shops even sell ivory, fueling the poaching of elephants in the rest of Africa. And something for the children? How about a cute chick dyed with garish colours to delight childish eyes? Not much awareness of animal welfare here. Animals are a commodity to make money.
here in the main square, it's quite a sort of a loud atmosphere. You basically have many men competing with their own little drums and their guitars, and it's incredibly noisy. So this is one of the nice things about Morocco. Every time you check into Rio, you often get tea, so that's kind of nice. Cheers. So I'm inside the El Badi Palace. Best thing about the palace is all the stork nests. I'm not actually supposed to be filming. There's a lot of signs that say no photos, but the two guards that are here are all asleep, so it's quite amusing actually. To be fair, one of the best things I've seen in Morocco are these storks. Just had them either doing a mating call or maybe warning off I think a male was warning off another male because there was a male encroaching on his nest with the female. I could be wrong. Maybe someone would know what the ritual was, or it could just be them saying hello to each other. That's probably more likely given the fact that it's the morning. Let's say, hey, morning, how's it going? You know? But these storks are incredible. They're everywhere. It's one thing you appreciate when you visit another place is the for me, it's the different wildlife. The wildlife is always more interesting than the human beings, I think.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Hello.
So I'm in the section of the Al Badi Palace, which basically used to be the slave quarters, the servants' quarters, and well, all of the staff, and basically lots of series of tunnels to basically bring people in. However, in the early 19th, basically between 1894 and 1908, this used to be a prison. But although no remnants of that now. So I'm stood at the top of the Al Badi Palace, or at least the highest point you can really get, unless you're, of course, you're a stork. They can get slightly higher. The palace was finished in 1593, and so it basically is just over 400 years old. And it's in incredibly poor condition. The palace was stripped of all its assets by a different sultan, and he basically built another palace next door, which is kind of just behind me. It's the palace that I obviously wasn't allowed to film at yesterday. I believe that's the case anyway. I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, the architecture isn't amazing. The extra place that you have to pay extra to get into was just one room, and it's just basically a staircase for the Grand Mosque, which you can see in the background over there. That tower is the mosque where there's a staircase, which you saw earlier. You're basically, I mean, it's worth having a look around, but I'm certainly not too impressed, I'll be honest. The best, honestly, actually, to be honest, I tell a lie, the most fascinating thing about this place are all the storks. As you can see, the storks behind me. These are the best things about this palace. They're dotted around the walls, and they're truly amazing.
Populations of serpents are declining.
No, I got it, please. If you can see the snake in profile, you'll see the indentations on either side of the head. And those indentations indicate that the venom glands have been removed from the snake. If the venom glands were intact, you'd see large bulges right behind the eyes.
Some charmers defang snakes, sew their mouths shut, or remove the venom glands to protect their livelihood and their lives. What's left is just the illusion of danger and mastery.
It's basically animal cruelty. No, you've basically drugged the snakes. You've drugged the snakes. I'm filming the person that exploits animals.
Yeah, film.
You're exploiting animals.
Film.
You're exploiting animals.
Animals?
The snakes have been drugged. The snakes have had their mouths sewn up. Yeah.
To me, when you have to mutilate a snake to do your work, if you were really doing real performance, seems to me you'd take a chance on getting tagged by a cobra that would definitely take you out.
Hey, so I just got my leather jacket repaired. I had basically a tear in the underarm, which was there, and I also had a tear on top. And I also had a tear there. So it was all from the scuffle that I had on the first day, the first night in Fez, when two youths basically tried to mug me. That was, thankfully, has now been repaired by the kind people over here, who I will be recommending on Google as I speak now. So thank you very much for that. It's a good craftsmanship, and it cost me 200, but it was well worth paying. So I'm on top of an art gallery, basically an old restored riad of a very well-known artist who basically was prolific in the 60s, and his art is very impressive, as you saw some of the images. I'm on the roof right now. As you can see, or as you can hear, this is what wakes you up every morning at about 5 something. This is what you hear 5 times a day. Listen, what a racket. What I really like about this artist, he basically sort of really captures the sort of peace and love vibe that was going on through Morocco in the 1960s, back when there was a sort of hippie trail in Morocco. It's not really the case anymore. This artist certainly delved into Sufism, and you can tell there was this, like, Buddhism there, and all sorts of mysticism, and it's definitely portrayed in a lot of his art. And there's a real sort of happy, peace and love vibe about it, and for me that's amazing to see on walls. It makes the room so much warmer and just sort of amazing.
And in Morocco, the main square in Marrakech is the place to see and be seen. It's a vibrant mingling of cultures, but not everyone is happy to be there. Some are dragged by the neck.
Cara digantung begini kita lakukan seminggu sampai 10 hari biar dia bisa berdiri, jalan seperti manusia.
The authorities, it seems, turn a blind eye, even though it's illegal, saying that the use of monkeys is a long-standing tradition, as this old photograph shows. But things have changed since 1933. Now, It's all about money. Just watch how these unfortunate monkeys are pulled, slapped, dragged, even swung by their neck to be forced on often unwilling tourists. It's a miserable life for an intelligent social animal like a monkey.
And it's warm. Hey, so it's my last full day in Marrakech and also in Morocco. I fly early tomorrow morning back to London for basically head back. See family. It will be nice to get home after a long time travelling. Small break before I sort of resume again. So the next video will be another destination. So do click subscribe and you will see the next destination. A few sort of too many negatives. I'll be honest. I mean, I have visited a lot of countries in the last sort of 9 months. I've visited a lot of countries in my lifetime, and it's surprisingly how many negatives I've experienced in the last 2 weeks here. Too many people trying to hustle you. Too many people getting angry when you say no. I always say polite no's, no thank you. When I simply don't want help or I don't want to buy something, and people get angry when I simply say no thank you. That's a strange experience. It shouldn't happen. Another sort of strange experience is every single person, bar the odd exception, when I'm on the street is trying to sell me hash. Be it from the little kids who are, you know, this big, to the crippled old man on the street, to the young guys, to the shop sellers. They all want to sell me hash. They just, you know, they say, you want to buy a necklace? You want to buy hash? Every single one of them. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what the situation is. They ask, do I want to buy hash? Now, I think it's simply because I'm a guy and I'm white, and a lot of guys who are white are buyers of hash. But I think it's inappropriate. And the more annoying thing is, when I say no to a lot of them, they get angry or they start following me, just demanding, why would I not want to buy hash? It's just unacceptable.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore! Hey man, where's the apple pie? God damn you all to hell!
Sadly, as human beings, we basically exploit animals just for profit. Hundreds of horses sort of stacked up here, basically in the baking heat. They're here all year round. They're here all year round, and their life expectancy is incredibly short. Every single tourist that takes one of these rides is guilty of animal cruelty, because these animals are suffering. Some might look more groomed than others. Some are actually very well groomed, others are not. But the sadness in their eyes is telling. They're all wearing blinkers to sort of. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad. I feel incredibly bad for these guys. But this is just unfortunately more exploitation that you see in Morocco and around the world. Say no to riding on horse and carts because it is pure exploitation. You're going to get offered many times. Just say no.
Horses in the carriage industry are deprived of everything that makes their lives worth living. Don't get taken for a ride. Please boycott horse-drawn carriages. Thank you.
So I'm in probably one of my favorite parks in Marrakech right now. It's called the Cyber Park. A little bit of technology sort of linked to this park. There's screens everywhere that tell you information, but it's immaculate. I love the how it's basically, you know, everything's laid out. There's all these very interesting plants, and some of the trees are honestly beautiful. I mean, nature beats man-made buildings any day of the week in my mind. And this is a very beautiful place. There's a little bit of sort of peacefulness away from the incredibly busy road, which is only probably about 75 meters away. But this is nice. So I'm heading to the Yves Saint Laurent museum. This is the second time I've tried going to the museum. Yesterday was closed. Today is open. They don't accept credit cards, so I've had to go a good a third of a mile just to find an ATM, and then a third of a mile back. I hear on the reviews that the security guards are a little bit like the Gestapo when it comes to taking pictures inside. Basically, they do not allow pictures inside that or filming. So So I'm obviously going to try my best to take as much film as possible, obviously under the radar, and see what happens. If you don't see any film, this is why. This museum's a huge rip-off, and so far everyone's very aggressive. A surprise being Morocco. 100 dinars just for the entrance to the museum. That doesn't even include the gardens. If you want to include the small little garden, that's going to cost you 180. It's about 20 euros.
Je veux pouvoir dessiner, je veux pouvoir créer en toute indépendance. J'essaie de m'exprimer, mais si on m'en empêche, je vais mourir.
I now realise why the people on the reviews basically said the guys inside the Yves Saint Laurent museum were a little bit like the Gestapo. Simple reason, they're paid to protect the information that the place is a waste of money. There's about 40 haute couture dresses on display, and the reality is you could probably wait to see that in a museum anywhere around the world for free, but that is not worth the money. Half the price, not even worth the money. Yeah, Yves Saint Laurent has always been expensive, but come on, they're just exploding tourists there. I've never seen so many disappointed faces. You walk into one room and there's some dresses, and there's a small cinema room basically giving a 6-minute presentation on his life. It was dire beyond belief. If it was free, I wouldn't have any complaints. If it was a few euros, I wouldn't have any complaints. But for 100 dinar, just for the pleasure, or 180 to go in the full complex, terrible, terrible value.
Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed!
Okay, so my last morning in Morocco, and this is my last breakfast. See, I get these sort of breakfasts every morning. It's amazing. And this is bread. We got coffee. We got milk. We got jams. We got sort of Danish. I just had a yogurt. I will miss this about Morocco. Just the sort of the nice gestures in the morning from the friendly people at breakfast. It is really nice.
Flight 7, Marrakech to Springfield, now boarding. Just a moment.
Don't shoot, they're souvenirs!
You must pay a fine of $2 American.
Okay.